With your weapon, it better be cocked. Now that it ain't that lock, I drunk shot. Now watch it. We can fuck up a run up on me. Up today, we got some big nuts, don't we? It's gonna get funky, yes, I let you have it. Cause these days is all about what the madness. Swinging, standing, tragic, magic. Peak, give me my chick under my seat when that quick so big. That's like this, black, do this jungle style. Black monk, so what am I surviving? Fuckers is almost a time. Below, ask me no. Must be all up on the dick, everyone, we go. But fuck up the arm, cause she might try to do ya. So me run with me, my brothers blazing up the Buddha. Don't make me have to do ya, cause I will, I kill. Never giving a fuck who ever got the feel. You never heard a word of God, cause the fullest spot, niggas got. This is music to heard about. Ooh, like that, no rush. So give it again, so I can bust you off. Never been to a jungle that's wild. Now I'm coming up the opposite in biggest style. And deliver some of that shit that's way too fucking. Black love for life, terminate and the sight. I'm a ass monkey.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about. Welcome back to the Trill Cast. We Trill casting and lasting. Hey, Zeus. Yeah. On the vine. Come on. Taylor Ray. Big Soup in the building. Already. Yeah, Brandon Tillery. We on some PA shit right now. Ooh. Let me jam, man. Let me jam. I'm turning y'all on to some shit right now. All you young niggas don't know nothing about this here. I'm about to learn you some shit. Yeah. And when the homie DA get here, he about to learn you some trill shit. Some PA shit. Some hip-hop, dirty South rap shit, man. Yeah, man, welcome back to the Trill Cast, man. It's your player partner, Hezeleo. Say, man, we had a little few lines crossed, you know what I'm saying? But as men, we got that together, and we right now waiting on the homie DA from the Black Monks, man. DA from PA, from the historical rap group out there, Dirty South, out there, H-Town, the Black Monk. Hold on, man. I think the homie up in there. Hold up, man. We gonna get this shit popping and rocking, man. Say, man, can you hear me, man? Can you hear me? Okay, hold on. I see him right there. Uh-oh, let's see what we got.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's going on?
What's happening, man? Oh, I can't hear you anymore.
Man, everything good. Let me get situated. Let me see. I think I could hear you too. There it is.
All right.
So you can hear me good, right?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you good.
Right. Word.
Welcome to the Trill Cast, brother.
Yeah. Glad to be here.
Appreciate you. We got some good regulars in the building. They was waiting on you, but you here and all is well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I heard you jamming that Aggravated Monkeys. Hey, I'm gonna tell you a little something. I'm gonna tell you a little history behind that one song. There's a part in there where 3-2 says, fuck a bitch because she might try to do you, so me roll with me, Monk Brothers blazing up the Buddha, right?
Okay.
that turned into an unreleased song. We never did. That
So that was
one
a
part
hook?
right, yeah, that one part right there became a hook. It went yeah, it went just like that. But 3-2's verse after that, he said yeah, fuck a bitch because she might try to do you, so me roll with me monk brothers blazing up the Buddha. I shoot the nut into her face to put hands on her ass and she steps out of place. That whole song, it was fucked up. And that song was cut because it was too damn misogynistic, because 3 went off and A1 went off, and I was like, man.
You didn't get on that one?
I did, but I don't remember exactly what I said, but we had a whole song done, but it got cut from the album because it's like, nah, this ain't no monk shit, nigga. Y'all done went left and start talking about beating bitches up. I'm like, nah, I ain't trying to beat up bitches. Goddamn. So
it wasn't no monk shit, huh?
No, it was some straight up, you whip a bitch ass. I'm like, nah, I'm not on that. Y'all can get on that, but nah. So,
well, do me a favor, man. I gave you an introduction, but it ain't nothing like introducing yourself. Tell the people who you are, man, and what it is.
my name is DA, and I'm a product of the system. My name is DA, also known as Ukraine. I'm the last remaining member of the 90s experimental rap and hip hop group, the Black Monks. It was me, the Buddha Baby, Wicked Buddha Baby, the Governor, 3-2, and my buddy AWOL. And on the second album, we included a lady by the name of Storm and Raheem the Vigilante, one of the longest running members of my former label. So yeah, and here I am. I've just been laying low for the last 3 decades. Being in this fucking industry, this shit, well, I'm gonna let y'all know a lot of shit tonight. But and I sincerely apologize to anybody who was on when Hezeleo had scheduled me. But like he said, we got it was my fuck up. Wires got crossed and every goddamn thing else. So I appreciate anybody. I appreciate all the fans out there, the Black Monk fans, old fans, new fans, millennials. Motherfuckers that really love real hip hop. I appreciate y'all for real.
I appreciate you, man. And I like what we did as mature grown men. And here we are, ready to get into it. And that's what it's all about. I just really wanted to give you your flowers, you know what I'm saying? Now that I've built a platform.
Yeah.
And I've been moving like that my whole life, and there's no need for me to change now. So Here we are. Okay, so where are you from and where were you raised?
Right here in PA, Texas, from Port Arthur, Texas. Born way back, we're about the same age. I ain't gonna say my age because my daughter be fucking with me all the time. I say, I ain't gonna go into that. But yeah, I'm born and raised Port Arthur, Texas. I've been around the country. I hadn't been out overseas yet, but I've been all over the country, and seeing all kind of different things. And ain't nothing like Texas. I always end up back in Texas.
So. Already. So born and raised in PA, what side of town was you mostly on in Port Arthur?
Well, I lived on the east side. But I don't know. I was kind of on the west and east side of most. It wasn't really a preference because I had friends on the west side and the east side. So you know what I'm saying. But as you probably know, just like me, the west side was the more gutter side, where east side was more kind of like more I guess cleaned up. I don't know, but I had friends from both sides. I was raised in Lewis Manor Apartments, which I guess they still call it today. I guess they still call it the Murder Manors. I don't know. But growing up there, raised by my grandmother, my grandfather, and that's my old stomping ground. So
when did you move out of Lewis Manor?
Oh man, my mother ended up meeting a new man. he ended up being my stepdad. This was like around, said to be around like 1980. Showing my damn age, boy. 1980. And
I love them 80s.
yeah, I love it. But and I, I ended up going back with my mother and my stepdad, and along came my brother, and my sister, and the rest is history. I stayed there until until I went to ended up going to Thomas Jefferson High School, and I ended up seeing Bun come back and forth and whatnot, and me and him end up being friends and freestyling and whipping niggas' asses on, at Thomas Jefferson, freestyling against them and all this shit. So, graduated from TJ, went to Houston.
So you being on the west side, what elementary did you go to?
Let me see. No. You know what? As far as elementary school, I was going to Thomas Edison, so it was still on the east side.
So that's middle school. What elementary?
Booker T. Washington. Yeah.
Across from Lewis Manor?
From Lewis Manor, yeah. I'm tripping. Yeah.
Okay. So you moved to the east side when you went to middle school?
Yeah. It was kind of in the middle of, yeah.
Okay. So how would you say growing up was for you, your childhood? How would you describe it?
I was the weird kid. I always was the weird kid. I was the motherfucker. Like, I wasn't like anybody else. And the one thing people would always say, and this was like in the 80s, so this was like, hip hop was fresh and new and young. I was a break dancer. I went from break dancing to DJing, went from DJing to MCing. And everybody in my complex in the Lewis Manor, they were like, man, you gonna make it, man. You gonna make it. We know you gonna make it. You gonna do this, you gonna do that. So I had a lot of support.
So who was some of your peers out there during that time?
Let me see. I remember Eric Colbert. I remember these guys, Pooh Bear and Wayne. I remember I remember Marcus Rice.
Come on.
I remember this guy. I remember this one guy. His name was Tweet. He was the first guy that had like a shitload of speakers in the back of his car, and we knew when Tweet was coming because we just heard his favorite song was "Dumb Girl" by Run DMC. He used to always play "Dumb Girl." Boom, 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 boom. So, oh shit, that's Tweet.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that middle section of Lewis Manor, did you hang over there a good bit?
Yeah, I think that's where we went, because it's like the middle section of Lewis Manor is like right across the street from the entrance to Booker T. Washington, that long driveway.
Okay.
So yeah, I was always right there, but my grandmother.
So did you know JJ and Fabe and Fabe J? JJ?
Those names kind of ring a bell, but vaguely.
Okay. Well, my grandmother stayed in that section.
Okay.
Mama Julia. So I always was in that section.
I know I stayed across, like my grandmother stayed across the way from Gerard Proctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. They I think they stayed down the sidewalk. Let me see. I think going on the other side.
Okay.
What about Thad Dixon?
Yeah, I remember Thaddeus. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I used to be out there.
Yeah.
I was a weekend mountains nigga.
Okay. Yeah. And for some reason, people thought my grandfather owned the complex. I'm like, what the fuck that shit started? Man, my grandfather owned the complex, I wouldn't be here with y'all niggas. I'd be somewhere.
Was you around that bitch cleaning up or something?
No, he was the foreman. He worked for the office for Lewis Manor office. He was just like he was the handyman, the foreman, and he had a lot of respect. I mean, it was motherfuckers out there selling dope and doing little gangster shit, but they always respected my grandfather. My grandfather always put their ass in line, and they never hurt him. They never did nothing. They really respected him because my grandfather came, he came at him like a G every time.
I'm gonna say this, then I want to say something else. Did you ever go hoop on the court?
Vaguely, nah, because like I said, I was a weird kid. I was into my art. I was into my music. You know what I'm saying? I liked it, but I was kind of like the outcast. It's like nobody really picked me to, nobody really picked me to play ball, nothing like that. And I was a short kid, so it's like, look at this little short nigga. Who's this? So.
Okay, so what I remember, it earned its name later on. And it was low-income housing, but it wasn't bad back in the 80s.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't like it is now, or like it was, I guess, about 5 years ago. It wasn't bad at all. When
clean.
Yeah, and my grandfather, when he was there, he kept it clean. He kept it orderly. From what I hear, like once my grandfather, my grandmother, that they ended up buying a house, and they got the hell up out of there. It's like after my grandfather left, I was told that's when everything just went to shit because wasn't nobody there to regulate anything. And
that goddamn crack went to boom, boom, boom. But okay. So when did you get off into music?
Shit, around the time Beat Street came out. Beat Street, breaking. Like, during that time of breakdancing and whatnot, I used to break dance all the time against this guy named Willie Young. Willie Young was like the baddest.
Donnie brother. Shout out to Donnie and Willie.
Yeah. Willie was the fucking wave. That nigga was like a rubber band. This nigga was, you know what I'm saying? Me and him would always like, either we would battle or we would go against other dudes. I don't know what it was, but he was like, he had my full respect back then. Cause I was like, damn, how you do? I was always trying to copy his moves and all this stuff, but
I heard he was bad.
Yeah.
So what were some of the difficult moves that you could do that other people couldn't?
Nothing really. I mean, I guess I just did it the most. That's the only thing separating me. I did it the most because I guess other people wasn't really just outgoing with it. I was the type that's like, yeah, okay, come on, let's battle.
Could you windmill?
Nah, that's the one thing I couldn't do.
Damn.
But Willie windmill looked like this motherfucker. Willie looked like he was about to take off. That nigga
could windmill?
Man, he can windmill. And I was in awe, like, man, how you doing that? Man,
I gotta talk to that nigga. Because it wasn't that many, like, we had a lot of niggas that was popping and break dancing, but it wasn't a whole lot of niggas that could hit that windmill.
Nah, Willie did it. Willie could do it.
What about the centipede?
I wasn't really into that. I was like, well, I ain't finna get down on the floor and be kicking my legs up and slapping my body against the ground. Fuck all that.
So you did not try the suicide?
I tried that one time and that was it. I tried it once. After I fell on my back and knocked the wind out of my son. Nah, hell nah. That's not for me. It's not for me. Nah.
It's not for me.
That is not the breakdance move for me.
I tried the dumbass shit. So did you sing in church or anything like that?
Nah.
Okay, so you went from breakdancing. How did you go from breakdancing to rapping?
Well, I went from breakdancing to DJing, and I was DJing little parties here and there, and then I really was into the music because I was like seriously into Run DMC and all the greats back then. And I was just like, wow, I was mesmerized by Run DMC. And then as rap started progressing more and more, my favorite MC was Rakim. After that, after I heard Rakim, I was stuck. I was like, that's it. I'm gonna be an MC.
I was out of there.
I was like, fuck this breakdancing, fuck this DJing. I'm gonna be an MC. I want to be just like that.
My favorite dish.
Yeah.
So, what was your DJ name?
I don't remember. I really don't remember, man. I don't,
Okay.
because I don't even think I just had one. I just went out and I just started DJing. You know, and people knew me as Dave, so it's like, yeah, Dave DJing over here. Yeah.
So do you remember Noonie Bug from that time?
That name is familiar, but I don't remember like what he looked like.
Okay. What other rap niggas you remember from Lewis Mountain during that time?
Only one I can really remember, I think Donnie was rhyming.
I didn't know that.
I think. I mean, my memory on them times is kind of muddled. I didn't really know too many from. I can't think of none right now from Lewis Mountain. I really don't know.
Okay.
Because everybody was kind of looking at me like you the one. Okay.
Okay. So you said Run DMC had a heavy influence on you.
Yeah.
And Rakim. Who were some of your other musical influences?
At that time, Run DMC, LL Cool J, of course. And this around the time, these was the pioneers. Run DMC, LL Cool J, Kid and Play, Salt and Pepper, Slick Rick, Dana Dane, all them, all the New York cats that was really doing, because nobody was really even paying attention to anybody in the South at the time. It's like everything was New York, New York, New York. So
right.
Yeah.
Do you remember King's Son?
Oh yeah, I love King's Son. Yeah, King's Son kind of reminded me of Rakim a little bit, but
right.
But that's
I
when
was talking to him a while back. What about MC Shan?
Yeah, I listen to MC Shan. Yeah.
Do you remember when MC Shan came to Port Arthur?
Nah, I don't remember that at all.
Okay, so you battled dancing, but did you ever battle rap?
At that time, no, because I was still finding my way.
Okay. What about just entertaining folks at school, displaying your talent with a nigga beatboxing on the side of you?
If I did that, it would be like whenever Bun was around. But without Bun, I never really did anything. Because like I said, I was the weird kid. I was a shy kid. I had all these talents, but I was too afraid to just let myself go. Because like nobody else was doing what I was doing. And when I did do something out of the ordinary, when you were a teenager, when you were a young kid, people, people either make fun of or don't like what they don't understand. So I would get pointed at, or they talk about me or whatever. I go right back to being one of the crowd, So I didn't stand out very much.
Yeah, I noticed. So when you moved to the east side and you started going to Edison, did you know of like the music scene around you then, like who was doing what?
Nah, kept to myself. I didn't really do. Honestly.
You shouldn't have did that.
Huh?
Nah. There was a huge music scene back then, but if you kept to yourself, you wouldn't have known.
Well, no. Well, when I say I kept to myself, I didn't like outwardly performed. I mean, if there was, yeah, I liked what was going on, but I never, especially when I was going to Edison, I didn't really like put myself out there at all.
So you remember like Boomer Skoomer, Lee Master,
yeah,
Booney Lokes.
Yeah.
I discovered different people in different sections doing music. And because I roamed, I would be in different niggas' hoods, discovering what they knew, what they were doing from the east to the west. So even back then, a lot of people who transitioned from breaking, they were rapping. And my hub was 11th Street. You remember we used to come next door to my house? On Thomas.
It was so long ago, man.
Man, you used to pull up on your skateboard with a big ass flat top
see, you pulling those stuff, man. And I'm gonna tell you this before we go even further. It's not off the subject, but in 2017, there's no plainer way I can say it. I died literally in my car. My heart stopped for 10 seconds. I had no pulse, no nothing. And the following month, I was in the hospital at Bentop Hospital the whole month. The reason I'm saying that is when something like that, literally, I had I guess a heart attack, and I had some work done on my heart. Like they literally had to split my sternum, take it out, put some shit on, put it back in, put me back, bring me back to life. When something like that happens, it messes with your cognitiveness and your memory. So it's a lot of things that people have said to me, man, DA, remember when you did it? Remember that, and that? And I'm like, I swear to God, I don't remember. They'll pull out pictures and I'm like, that's me? So It's a lot of shit that I really don't remember because it's like when you get your heart worked on, it messes with that part of your brain that's cognitiveness and memory. So I'm just letting you know beforehand. Some things you probably be like, bro, you was right next to me, didn't I?
I'm sorry, man. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'll get into that. I'll get into that later on and tell you why. But from we can go from where you were just now.
Okay, real brief. When we were younger, you used to be next door to my house with a chick. Y'all was pretty serious. Well, right around the corner was DJ Dan, and he had keyboard samplers, beat machines, and that was my hub to launch my rap career. And earlier on, a huge amount of us that was, trying to do it back then, we all met at Dan's house. And that was the first time I ever met Pimp. But it was like every nigga damn near our age, a little bit older, and maybe Labu.
I remember Labu.
Probably was like the youngest one.
Yeah.
But it was a whole bunch of different people doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so when did you meet Pimp and Bun?
Man, well, my cousin Ron, he goes by Crumbs. Crumbs, a beatsmith, phenomenal producer.
You talking about Ron the brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the one introduced me to Chad, and then I ended up meeting Bun. But like I say, my memory is kind of muddled. So I think I ended up meeting him when we went to Mama C's house. Cause Mama C, this is something that I ain't gonna never forget. Mama C always had she had thousands of cakes and pies and all kind of shit laying around the house because she ran a vending machine company, a vending machine business. So we would go there and just be eating up all the fucking sweets, and we'd be sneaking them. But she'll come in the room and see, and she might catch one of us eating the shit, eating her stuff, and she'd be like, "You motherfuckers putting my shit down." I miss that lady, man. We'd be like, oh,
Mama West, man, R.I.P.
Yeah, Mama West, So I think that's where I met him. Now, when, I can't say. I really can't say, put a date down on when I met him. But we just automatically all click because like here we are. We all MCs. We all some gifted, talented rapping motherfuckers. So,
Ron actually used to live with Pimp for a minute, right?
Yeah. Chad kind of taught him, taught him how to produce music. And in turn, Ron ended up showing me how to produce music. So I learned from Ron. Yeah.
Okay.
And
okay.
My first machine was Nsonic ASRX. And my dear grandmother, she gave me like $1,600 to buy it. Nobody else
was that high back then?
Yeah, back then, yeah, those workstations back then was high as hell, So it wasn't all this software that we have now, So she gave me the money. She believed in me that much. I went and got it, and after that, it took off. I just started making all kind of shit.
So when did you actually start recording?
Well, recording for myself.
Yeah.
I didn't start recording for myself until after I left the label. So
No, I'm saying like one of the you blacked out. Can you hear me?
can you hear me?
Yeah, you had blacked out. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you
Can
back.
you hear
You
me?
good.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
you good.
It was my alarm. I'm sorry about that.
Now you good.
So
like
all right.
earlier on when you first started recording songs.
You know what? While I was signed to my former label, yeah, I was there and I started just making stuff on their equipment. But and we were signed to the label, but we also signed a production deal under Jungle Style with Jungle Style, which is the label of our former producer. And so I used some of their stuff and I started making music. But I realized after a while, it's like, you know, I mean, the clientele was kind of like, you know, we could do everything we want, but we're really not getting no like serious credit, you know, which is what record labels do. So it don't matter if you're a major record label or minor record label. It all depends on how you negotiate your contract. Me, 3-2, and AWOL were young as hell. We ain't know no damn better, so we got caught up in some shit. But,
so before you signed, that's not like demos or rough drafts of DA solo songs floating around nowhere?
no, I'm gonna tell you how I ended up getting signed. Do you remember Joseph Harris?
What was his street name?
He just called himself Lil Joe. He was a short guy, man. He had to be like 5 feet tall, short brother.
If I see him, I'm sure I know him.
He passed away. I don't even have no pictures of him. But the thing was, I was still at school. I was going to Thomas Jefferson, and I was he told me, he's like, man, this was like at lunchtime. He said, man, come across the street, DA, come across the street. I said, come across the street. He said, yeah, man, yeah. And you know, me, I ain't never skipped school. You know, I was goody. I mean, no, I don't skip school. I don't do none of that, you know. And long story short, DJ Action, Bushwick Bill, and the other guy was across the street. You know, DJ Action, to folks that don't know, DJ Action was Scarface's former name. So I went across the street and I met him, and we ended up hitting. Huh?
Now I was just saying of the Ghetto Boys.
Say what?
I was just saying of the Ghetto Boys.
Yeah, of the Ghetto Boys. Okay, yeah, of the Ghetto Boys. So I mean that, you know, they ended up really like digging what I said and whatnot. And a long story short, I ended up meeting them all over again, and I got introduced to AWOL and 3-2.
Hold on.
They said,
hold on. I interrupted you and we skipped the whole part. So your partner Joe asked you to come across the street. So when you go across the street, you go ahead and skip school. So what happened after you skipped school?
Okay, well, I went there, and that's when I met Bushwick, Face, and our former producer, and they had me. Bushwick wanted me to just spit some bars or whatever. So I did. I spit some bars, and you know, Face was standing there listening, and he went from smiling to frowning. So yeah, you know, so then Face he goes to the front of the house. I'm like, I'm looking at Bill and the other dude. I'm like, what I do? And Bill says, nothing. You did exactly what you're supposed to do.
You sound like that nigga. R.I.P.
Yeah, you know, rest in peace, Bill. My nigga.
And where were y'all? So, y'all went across the street from TJ. Where did y'all go?
Yeah. We went to Long's apartments. That's before Long's got fixed up the way it is now. It was like
in the
building for real.
DP.
Yeah, it was like the project. So yeah, and so I asked Bill, I say, what did I do? He said, no, you fine. So then I went back in there to talk with Face, and I mean he seemed to be cool and everything. So I never got confirmation as to what happened, you know, but apparently it was a good thing. So I think that night I said, and keep in mind I'm young, I'm 17 years old. I say, hey, y'all want to come to the school dance? And Bill was like, school dance, what are you talking about? I said, well, I say it's this place in Port Arthur. It's my church. They had this hall. It's like every Friday, both the schools in Port Arthur, we always had these dance at Sacred Heart Hall, man. Man, I love y'all to come. So they all looking at each other like, okay, yeah, we will go with this kid. All right, So so coming was like by I think 8 o'clock. I met up with him, and I picked him up, and we all came to the door. I think Mama C was taking the money, and we went inside, and I ain't thinking nothing of it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, y'all will have a good time just hanging out with me. I didn't realize what the fuck I was doing. I was bringing some fucking rap stars into fucking into my school dance. So, Face had his arm around my shoulder, just talking to me, just talking about a bunch of shit. Bill and the other guy behind me, we walked in, and all of a sudden, just all eyes on me, like, and I'm still oblivious to this shit. Like, why y'all looking at me so damn crazy, And they're like, "Is that? Oh, that's DJ Action. That's the Ghetto Boy. Hey, y'all, the Ghetto Boy, the Ghetto Boy. How the hell this nigga know the Ghetto Boy?"
So
that
you
was the
didn't
whole
even
thing. People was
you didn't even know by you inviting them to the dance how monumental that was for PA.
I had no idea. I met
Niggas did
some
not
cool
believe.
niggas.
Niggas who didn't go to the dance that night, when I told them the Ghetto Boys pulled up in some fucking Chevettes with trench coats on and came in the damn dance, and Bushwick was on the floor jigging like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
They thought I was lying, my nigga. And you are the reason that shit happened.
Yeah.
And Mama West was sitting at the door. Boy, we from a small town.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep on, man. Go ahead.
No, but that was it. I mean, we had a good time. And after that, I was like, well, see y'all later. And, so I lost track with him, like for about, it had to be like maybe 4 years or so. I don't know, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, about 4 years I lost track with him. Then I was in Houston one day, and I went to a stop and go. I came out to stop and go, and I looked to my right, and there was the guy who would become our producer. I say, hey, I know you. He said, yeah, I know you. Say, you DA? I say, yeah. He said, what's up, man? So he took me to Jungle Style Studios.
Right then and there.
Yeah, right then and there. We met, and I met 3-2. I met AWOL. 3-2 was the same dude he always been. Had a blunt in his mouth, smoking. Wasn't concerned with nothing but his weed. And AWOL was kind of, friendly, like, hey, what's up, man? What's up, man? How you doing? I'm AWOL.
He was from Beaumont?
Yeah, AWOL's from Beaumont, And the rest is history. After that, I ended up staying there a little while, and unfortunately, if all three of us would have had our own lawyers, we could have negotiated a far better contract. But we were young. We ain't know no better. We just want to be rappers, and label's gonna do what they do.
So let me ask you this: you get over there, you meet 3-2 and AWOL, and the producer is there. How do y'all start formulating and cutting records to even make somebody interested in what y'all got going on? What happens?
Well, first off, before I was even in the Black Monks, that our producer, he said, he mentioned, like, I got this group called the Convicts. I want you to be in this group called the Convicts. I say, okay, who's in the Convicts? And that's when he pointed to 3-2, and he was talking about this other guy named Big Mike. Oh, okay, all right, no problem. But then he changed his mind, say, no. Forget convicts. It's just gonna be 3-2 and all and Big Mike. I'm gonna put you with this another group. It's called the Black Monks. Black Monks. Okay, all right. So then he starts to explain the whole concept of, you know, what we gonna be talking about, this, that, and the other. And the shit sounded just absolutely bizarre, bonkers, crazy. Like, what the fuck? We 3 monks that live in a damn jungle and swing on fire. And what?
Let me ask you a quick question. So 3-2 was simultaneously in 2 groups at the same time?
Pretty much. I mean, they had 3-2 all over the place. I mean, it's 3-2. I mean, anybody that listened to 3-2, I mean, the boy was phenomenal with his rhyming. So yeah, he was with us. He was with convicts. He had his own solo shit going.
Wow.
Yeah, he had a lot of shit going on. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But you know, he was trying to make some money. He was trying to do anything he could. You know, so you know, and he still had that love for his rhyming. You know, but yeah. So yeah, that's about all I can say with that.
So the Black Monks, like, was that all your producers doing, or was somebody else involved with the thought process of that?
Well, our producer, you know, every time he said something, it was, you know, he explained it from his point of view and this, that, and the other. But as my history goes on with the label, I start to get more. I start to get to know Bushwick a little bit more and more. And that's when he told me, without literally like telling me, the Black Monks was his whole brainchild. It was his and his alone. And I believe that.
Bushwick Bill, this is his brainchild, the Black Monks.
I believe that because we sat down by ourselves, me and him talking. And I'm gonna tell you something I haven't put on any podcast. I'm gonna tell you something. Black Monks, the Black and Black Monks it doesn't mean a color, it doesn't mean a race, it doesn't mean, it's none of that. Black stands, it's a synonym. When me and Bill talked, he told me kind of without telling me what it meant. And when I had to go back, when I asked him, I say, so what does it mean? He said, you already answered your question. So then I say, what? And he says, Black means bearers of light and consciousness. Black monks. So anybody could be a Black monk. You could be Chinese, you could be white, you could be Hispanic, whatever. It's about the message and what we were spitting. You're a Black monk. You're a bearer of light and consciousness. You're a bringer of light and consciousness. That's what Black monks mean. Henceforth, the name being BLAC and not BLACK.
Dope. Super dope.
Yeah.
So y'all go to recording these records. Y'all get a deal right after that or during the time?
What? You talking like we like we saw the books? What? No, record labels don't let you see the books. No, we to this day I don't know. To this day I don't know for a fact what we were charged or what this and that and the other. It was all a learning process, just like a lot of other celebrity stars and entertainers. You know, you put through the ringer your first time. You don't know no better. So in the end, yeah, we I think, well, I don't know if we were certified gold or what, but we sold a lot. We sold a lot of albums, and I'm trying to speak without saying too much because there's certain shit I just can't say. But yeah, I never found out personally how much we would charge for anything. I just know we didn't negotiate our contract. We just signed whatever they gave us, and you know we were young at the time. So
let me ask you this. I know that it's bittersweet. Your brothers are no longer here. and things ended the way they ended. But what about the highlights when y'all had videos on TV, when y'all had album releases? Like, do you remember any of that stuff, the shows and any of that?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll tell you about my favorite show. We and this is how much of an impact we had as a group. We had fans and followers, but a lot of people that liked us, they didn't look at us as just regular rappers. They looked at us like, oh, those are the black monks. They some monks. They some real monks. They some rapping monks. And we ended up being invited. We did a personal show for a bunch of people in New York, and they were headed by this man named Frederick Lenz. His nickname was Rama. He was this white guy, really cool guy from what I was told, with curly red hair, and he was their leader. He was their leader, Rama, and apparently he liked us so much. He played our stuff for his flock, for his whole, all of them, you know. And it was a multicultural group. It was black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever, you know what I'm saying. We got booked for a show, to do a private show for them in Manhattan at this club called La Barbat, and it was at the top of the building, way up, well, not outside, but you know, the top. And we get there, and it's a cult. It's a monk cult. And I don't want to call them a cult though, because they were really cool. They're really cool, sweet people, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we did a show for them. They loved it. They absolutely loved it. They did, you know, they paid us beforehand, before we even went to New York. They paid us, and we did a bang up show for them. After 3-2 and AWOL got off the stage, I was still there. I'm still on stage. Don't know why. I don't even remember why, but one of them was like, hey, you know, encore. It's an encore. I'm looking at 3-2 and AWOL. They over there smoking. They ain't even concerned with doing shit. I wasn't really smoking like that back then. So you know, when one of the guys in the front say, hey, DA, can you bust a rhyme for us, man? I'm like, okay, all right, well, shit, fuck it, I'm still up here. I'll say, hey, yo, play a beat. Now these are like straight, most of them is predominantly white. They don't know no better, bless their hearts. I said, play a beat. All of a sudden I hear
House music.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm looking at him like, and I'm in my mind, I'm like, well, nigga, you an MC, shit, you should be able to rap to anything. Say, fuck it. I grabbed the mic and I just started, I don't know what the hell I said, but I went to the beat like, and they just, I mean, they enjoying themselves. They in the crowd, they dancing, they, you know, all this, you know, they coming up to the stage. And then I saw this guy looking at me. He was just looking at me, just staring right at me. I remember it clearly, he had on these gray pants, like light gray pants, and he had on a striped shirt, and he was just looking at me like he was just proud, like looking, you know. And I looked at him, and I recognized him. I say, everybody give it up for Rama, They, oh, you know, and that lasted for about 20 minutes. After that, we got off stage. Now, keep in mind, they paid us before we left. They paid us again once we got there. I did such a bang up, I guess, after show for them. They paid us again. They paid us $1,500 when we left, $1,500 when we got there, another $1,500 while we were chilling, because they liked the fact that I got up there, you know what I'm saying, and just entertained them, you know. So, I mean, they pulled all the stops out for us. I mean, like steak, shrimp, lobster, everything. And I realized that they weren't regular everyday people when I went and sat by myself, because that's me. I'm alone. I sat by myself, and some of the ladies start coming up to me and they start asking me all types of stuff. And me, I'm just being me. I'm telling them this and that and the other, and kind of just giving them like some science behind meditation and aligning your chakras, because I've always been into all of this, the crystals
Way
and all.
back then.
Yeah, way back then I was into it. You know what I'm saying? I was into Asian culture way back then. So it's ironic that I was part of a group called the Black Monks. But you know, they really they hung on every word when I was talking to them, and they, you know, one of the ladies cried, and the other one was like, "Thank you so much," and blah blah blah. Rama would be proud, blah blah blah. Rama, and they kept saying Rama would be proud, Rama would be proud. And I'm looking around like, yeah, where is Rama in the first place? Where is he? You know, and that's when they told me and said, "Well, Rama couldn't be here." I'm like, "What you mean? I just seen him in the audience. What you no, that's impossible." I said, "What do you mean it's impossible? What he didn't make it here?" They said, "No, Rama passed away the day before you guys got here."
Some spooky shit, man.
So, and I'm gonna tell you this. My mother always told me, even when I was younger, I would see things. I described my grandmother's mother to her in perfect detail when I was 7 years old. Didn't never seen her in my life. There's different instances in my life where I've seen people like on some Sixth Sense shit. so when they told me that, at one point I was taken aback, but then I remember I say, well, yeah, you know, you do have that sight. You got that from your grandma. And I apologized to her. I say, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't even let him know. Well, I did say, well, you know, I just saw him. And I say, well, I must have saw somebody that looked like him. I know I saw him. I know he was there. He just wasn't there.
Did you tell 3-2?
Nah, I didn't tell 3. I didn't tell 3. I didn't tell AWOL, because, I mean, even though we were all in this group together, I was the one with the more metaphysical mind. I was the more enlightened, more, like I say, I always been the weird kid. I was always the one that was on some other shit, you know. I mean, and that was it. Even if I would have told them, they'd have been like, "Yeah, you crazy as hell," you know. So, but yeah, that was the most memorable show that I could think of, you know, that we had. And I do remember vividly. I always was the one that ended up with most of the chicks, because I stayed to myself. I wasn't always on, I'm one of the Black Monks. To this day, I don't be going around telling anybody. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't, you know. But
right.
But I would always be the one. I had my own room, because I really didn't deal with them that much. I mean, me, 3, and AWOL, we were part of the group, but we weren't just buddy, you know what I'm saying? So whenever I got some time away, I was by myself. And it was one time, I'll tell y'all this story. It was one time I was in my room, and keep in mind, I'm still 21, 22. I'm watching some shit. This when MTV was still out and all. And I get a knock at the door. I say, oh shit, who the hell is that? I go to the door. It's like, I can't remember if it was 6 or 8, but it was like 6 or 8 women at the door. I looked out the, out the keyhole. I say, can I help you? And the girl, she recognized my voice. You one of the Black Monks? I say, who want to know? And I heard him from behind the door, like, I told you I saw him going there. I told you. Long story short, after some deliberation, I let him in. You know, and we had a nice time. I had him there the whole damn night. I was asking them if they was hungry and whatnot. I was getting room service, bring shit up. We was eating, smoking, drinking. And I'm just telling them stories all night.
So you ain't call your boys to help?
Well, I'm getting to that. See, what happened was, so during that time, right, I don't know where AWOL was, but during that time, I get another knock at the door. Bam, 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 bam. You know, and so all of a sudden the girls, I think it was about 6 girls. I'm remembering now. It was 6 girls. All of a sudden the girls, they kind of get this look on their face like, and I was like, what's wrong with y'all? So one of them say, ooh, that's that little man. He been following me around all night. I say, little man, what are you talking about? I go to the door. Sure enough, I say, "Who this?" DA, let us in. We know you're in there. What are you doing in there? We know you're in there. What are you doing? 3-2. Let us in, DA. Come on. Open the door, DA. I say, all right. The girls in the back like, no. I say, what's wrong? That little man been following us all night.
Damn.
So I say, what the hell? You know, and 3 of them look real nice. I was like, I'm gonna smash at least 1 or 2 of these gals tonight. I was like, them niggas ain't gonna fuck up my good time. So I say, y'all go in the bathroom. And so there's 6 women going in the bathroom, 3 in the shower and 3 in this closet, right? This all happened. And so they can't. So I went back to the door. I let them in. Hey, Bushwick comes in walking like you do. What are you doing in here, DA? What are you doing? I smell food. And it was just like 2 trays of food, so it didn't look like a whole bunch of people were in there. 3-2 came in. What's up, DA? What you doing? Where the weed at? I said, nigga, I ain't got no weed. What the hell, So Bill, he just still asking me questions. What are you doing? And I said, man, I'm just in here chilling, man. I'm actually about to go to sleep. Oh man, that was a crazy show, man. So this went on for about 20 minutes, and gradually, Bill getting more suspicion. He starts to go to the bathroom, but then I get a call. And it's AWOL. I was like, what's up? Yeah, Bill here, 3-2 here. So I get a phone to 3-2. What up? Oh yeah, we got to go. It's AWOL basically telling 3 he got some more weed. There's all them niggas. Them niggas was always on a weed search. So 3-2 start going out the door. Bill, I guess he forgot why the hell he was there, because like I say, when the weed is there, they leaving. They going wherever the weed is. So they went out. I locked the door and I waited for a second. I said, nah, I unlocked the door. I looked out to make sure they was actually gone. I say, 3, Bill, no answer. Went back in, opened the door. I say, hey, y'all come out. So these 3 girls came out the shower and the other 3 came out the closet, and they just chilled with me the rest of the night till like 3-4 in the morning. They ended up sleeping on the bed. I slept on the bed. Like 2 of them slept with me. But I ain't never fucked or nothing. I love the company of women. So they were satisfied just chilling with me. About I think about 8, 9 in the morning. They all they got up. Some of them had shit in their purse. They went freshened up, and the rest of them, they left. One stayed behind, and she just hung with me the rest of the day. But that was the most memorable time.
That's dope. So.
Yeah.
What was some of the big records y'all had back then?
Man, the biggest song we had was Buddha Nature. But like I say, and this is something that I heard the owner of the label. I don't like to say anybody's name. Ain't nobody paying me to say their name, so I ain't finna say no damn name. But the owner of the label, from what I heard, he said about us, he liked us. But he said, from what I heard, and like I said, I'm just quoting what I heard. He said, y'all boys got so big, I didn't know what to do with y'all. All I know is gangster shit. So they really didn't know what to do with us. So we didn't really have no hit records, no hit, you know what I'm saying? We only had one video for that one song.
So Buddha Nature, was that on BET? Because it made it to TV. So where did it go?
I think it went to him. I think it went to BET, but it didn't go very far. It didn't go, like I say, they didn't put a whole lot of promotion into us because they didn't know what to do with us, which is really crazy and ironic because we went to South by Southwest. Oh, this is another memorable show. We performed at South by Southwest 1994, and we did a bang up show. And afterwards, as always, I'm the last one on the stage. I'm standing there. It's a guy walking up to me. And I'm like, I ain't paid the dude no mind. Until he spoke. He said, hey, yo, kid. Hey, yo, kid. I look. And who the fuck is it? No, none other but the Abbot himself, RZA of Wu-Tang Clan.
Come on, man.
And I'm like, yeah. So I start to go to him and say, yo, kid, you niggas is dope, kid. You niggas is dope. You know, I don't even know if RZA ever sees this podcast, maybe he'll remember, maybe not. Maybe he might be like, I don't remember that. But I remember it like yesterday. He was like, yo, kid, you niggas was dope, kid. We need to get together. He's like, we need to get together, do a Wu-Tang Black Monk album, kid. Yo,
Come on, man.
dope, kid. I say, hell yeah. I started to get off the stage, and what the fuck happens? One of the label owners, lackeys, got in between us and said, nah, you don't want to talk to them. You don't want to talk to them. You want to talk to me. Talk to me. You ain't gonna talk to them. RZA was like, nah, let me talk to the kid. And nah, you ain't gonna talk to them, you know. And all of a sudden I just saw RZA go, and he turned around and walked away. Man, if I would have had a pencil back then, John Wick would have been a goddamn documentary about me, because motherfucker would have got stabbed up for, oh my God. You don't get in between MC and success. We could have been just as big as the Wu right then and there. This man wanted to work with us, and it all was fucked up down the drain. I don't even know if the label owner knows this, but yeah.
So y'all wound up putting out how many albums under the Black Monks?
Just 2, Secrets of the Hidden Temple and No Mercy.
If you had to guess, those 2 albums combined, minus the digital sales, how many physical records you think y'all sold of those 2 albums combined?
I don't know, but I was told we made the label 10 million.
God damn.
That's what I was told.
So let's say now, add that to the digital sales. What do you think that would be these days?
Well, the album is still selling like it just came off the shelves. Ain't no telling, man. And I was so dissatisfied and so pissed off. I was like, I found a lawyer, and I had him terminate my contract. And I said, man, I don't care. I just want to go, because I realized I signed some shit without negotiating. So, I fucked myself, you know what I'm saying? And I gave up royalties, publishing, everything.
Hold on. You say you gave up your royalties and your publishing. So all these record sales, you wasn't making any money.
And I wasn't. The thing is, and most people would look at that and say, man, what the hell was you doing? But you got to understand, the contract was already arranged that way. My contract basically said, well, our contract, me, 3-2, and AWOL, our contract basically said, in layman's terms, regular English, we ain't got to pay you niggas. You rap for free. And not only that, but it's when you have a contract that says perpetuity in it, perpetuity means forever. So even if I would have stayed, I wouldn't have been getting anything. But but that was normal. That's a normal contract with record labels. So it wasn't just my former label doing that. It's Sony, Warner Brothers, Bad Boy, Death Row. All of them did the same thing. So, not trying to put my former label or any other label on the spot, but that was the normal contract. That's why it's important, when you sign to any label, even today, you got to have a lawyer to go through all that shit, because you could be signing some shit away. Yeah, you might have a $50 million deal, but they ain't got to give you but $36 a month.
So you wanted to be done with this, so you hired an attorney. Yeah. And you got that contract terminated when?
It was like 1997. 1997, 98, something like that. Yeah. And then AWOL followed suit and did it with me.
Okay, so 1997, you win. Do you get your name, or?
Well, I didn't really have a name. It was just DA. It's like I didn't sign over my name because it's not like say like you know like Jay-Z, that's his industry name, or Common, that's his industry name, you know. I didn't have no industry name. I was just DA, one of the niggas in the Black Monks. So, you know. But
I hate that you do that, because the thing is that shit is still big. Like, it is what it is. Okay, so 97, you walk away, you DA. What do you do then?
Well, after that I laid low, because it's like I felt like I got screwed so bad. But then I had to realize that, hey, bro, you the one signed that shit without having an attorney. It's your fault. So I was like, I had to just eat it. I said, okay, well, let me see what else I can do. But after that, it's like nothing happened for me, because I also found out later on that when people found out what label I was on, they wanted to work. I mean, before they found out what label I was on, they really wanted to work with me. They want to do this, they want to do that. But when they found out what label I was on, they were like, say, bro, when you look here, we'll holler at you later. I never get a call back, because they feel, you know, well, even if you're not signed, we still got to deal with them. And I'm like, wow. Yeah, so I don't know if that happened to any other former artists from the label, but that's what happened to me. And I'm just being.
So a couple years later, in 99, the brothers from PA is bubbling like a bitch. They doing big pimping, UGK. What are you doing around this time?
Nothing. I got so fed up with what happened, because, like, well, you know what? No, after my first label, after the Monks, I ended up working with like 4 other labels after that. But I kind of did like Ice Cube. I never signed. I kind of rolled the rails. I kind of see what they was doing, and then when I saw they were doing the same thing my former label did, I was like, no. First time was enough. No, fuck you niggas. I'm gone. so this happened like the second time, the third time, and by the fourth label, I would just I would just go in and out, like just maybe do a track here, do a track there, jump on this track, jump on that track. But I never ever signed to any other label, because I was too spooked. I was too scared, and I didn't have an attorney. So I said, no, I ain't signing shit else until I have a high-powered attorney that's like, nah, this is what you gonna do. You're gonna take this shit out, cause no. So during that time when Bun and them, they were really blowing up, I wasn't doing anything, and people were still wondering about, you know, what happened to us and this, that, and the other. But it's kind of like I just had to like suffer in silence, because I wanted to be back out there so bad, but I didn't have the power to do what I wanted to do and protect myself.
So when the Hiroshima Inner Soul DMD movement was taking off, did you go integrate with them any?
No, I hung around with a lot of them. Like I hung around sometimes with DMD. That's how I ended up meeting Lee Master, Booney Lope, and Jalon before Bun came along.
Shout out Big Jack.
Yeah, so I would hang around them, but I didn't get deeply involved. I wasn't deeply involved with them, like, you know, like Mitch and my boy Kite, Israel Kite. He was part of
Kite.
You know, but that is the freestyle king. Everybody be talking about the freestyle king. That is the freestyle king. That is the man behind the hook. 25 lighters on my dresser. Yes, sir. I got to get paid. He's the one that came up with that hook.
Come on.
So, yeah. But, yeah.
So I thought that was Kiki, but
no,
I don't know.
No. Kite came up from what I'm always being told. Kite came up with that. And so,
okay.
I don't know. But yeah.
So let me ask you this, though. Just running back, flashbacking.
Yeah.
The Crack Hill players That was Ron and Kite.
Oh no. That was no Ron and Kite was the Goodfellas. They called
The
themselves the Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
The Crack Hill Players was my buddy Melvin King and his partner Bonester.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. I keep forgetting the Goodfellas. Yeah.
They had some and they put out a jamming tape. It was on Jade Records. It was a lady that they had found.
Hold on, them niggas had a major deal for that drop?
No, it was an independent label. It was an independent label.
Jade was kind of big though.
No, it was just Jade, Jade.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just a little indie label. So yeah, it never, nothing really came about because they didn't have enough, I guess, money to promote and all that other stuff. So I mean,
okay,
they was kind of in the same boat as everybody else.
This is just from the perspective of when I came in, you having more of notoriety locally, all throughout the Third Coast and all over the United States, and probably reach beyond the United States. And I know you were somewhat damaged from what you had just went through. But did it ever occur to you, if you just put out your own stuff, that you already got a fan base that's built out there?
Oh yeah. I mean, I got solo shit. I got so much solo shit I could have 5 fucking albums. But the thing is, I never wanted to put anything out there if I couldn't put it out there in a big way. And yeah, all these years have passed. I never wanted to have my stuff just sitting there. And it's like finally somebody hear it, and it's like 3 years later, like, man, that shit 3 years old. So I just never really did anything. It's like I got all this stuff, but until I was like, well, until I can get some big money or somebody put some money behind me to really put it out the way I want, I'm not putting none of that shit out because it's just gonna sit there. And it wouldn't be fair to Black Monk fans for me to put something out there without putting it out there in a big way. I don't want like Black Monk fans to be like, oh yeah, that's such and such a. Now, ironically, I do have stuff out there now because when iTunes came and Spotify and all that and Reverb Nation, yeah, I put a few little joints out there, but it wasn't nothing serious. So some of my stuff is out there, but I didn't really like I didn't really push it, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't have that kind of budget. So,
well, I understand. I remember going to your house. You were behind the detail shop, that big car wash. We had the detail shop at.
Yeah.
I don't remember what we were doing. I think you were doing some graphics for me or something.
Mm-hmm.
I was starting my independent move.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have much money. I just knew I lost a bunch of time because I stopped rapping for about close to 7 years.
Yeah.
And it was time for me to make an impact.
Yeah.
I was over at Jay Will and them, fooling around at DMD and them studio. But then after a while, we did a few records, odds and ends. Ricky Diamonds, Big Smoking Mitch, Superb Herb, people like that. And then I put this one CD out and I gave away 4,500 copies. But then I realized if I keep giving away the product, I'm going to be sitting down and I was going to be a has-been.
Yeah.
Well, off of that CD, one of my songs got put on the radio, Lax and Benz.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even ready to really get started. But because they gave me that airplay and they started shouting my name out over the airwaves, it built somewhat of a demand.
Yeah.
Shortly after, Jay Will died.
Yeah.
He was helping me along the way.
Yeah.
I took the last 3,500 I had, flew to LA, went recorded with Avon West. Long story short, do you remember the albino in Houston who had the distribution company and he used to press up?
Nah, never met him.
I forgot his name. Well, he told me he was going to go ahead and circulate my product whenever I bought it in. Long story short, I think I had about close to 2,000 CDs. Glass Masters.
Okay.
2,000 Glass Masters. Retail ready. He couldn't distribute my shit because he was going out of business. So that left me and my person with 10 boxes of 200 CDs. If I wouldn't have bust them boxes open so many years ago and start slanging them hoes, nobody would have ever knew about me.
Yeah.
I took the initiative with just a little bit of money and a whole lot of drive. And I spreaded my name all throughout the country.
Yeah.
When Pimp picked me up and put that stamp on me, it solidified it. But I didn't have, and I'm not trying to say what you should have did, but it's just we all have bread. I got peanut butter, I got jelly, but we never putting a sandwich together.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like if I would have had that name that you had to go along with that independent grind, I don't know what would have happened. Well, but they was out there waiting on you. You know what I mean?
Well, also, I'll tell you this here too. I wasn't even thinking about how big my name was. I was burnt. I was just like, man, fuck this rap shit, man. Fuck it. I'm so sick of it. I don't have the help I need. I don't have nobody support me. It's just me by myself. I mean, I can't. At the time, I was just fed up, and people would tell me that all the time. Man, if I had your name, man, if I but they didn't understand. You know, nobody really understood. It took a mental toll on me. It was like, fuck it, I don't care. I wish I didn't even know how to rap. I don't fuck all this shit. It burnt me. It really burnt me. And it's a lot of other stuff I encountered in the industry that that I don't wish to discuss. But it's, you know, their industry is just as heinous as they say it is, and I got a close up view of a lot of that shit. So that's what made me like, nah, you know what? I'm gone. I'm just gonna be this regular dude. So yeah, but I saved all my music. That's the thing, and now thanks to Mitch. Mitch is the one that got me back doing anything, because he's like, man, you got to do it, man. You the last one. It's your legacy, DA. You got to, man. You know, it was motherfuckers around the world wondering what happened to y'all. And he was right, because when I go on YouTube to this day, like, I think I checked YouTube 3 years ago, and I saw that when you type in Black Monks and go on YouTube, it's like, I can honestly say it's like 64 fan pages. You just keep on scrolling. Black Monk.
Thousands and thousands of views. Thousands and thousands of comments.
And this was 3 years ago. So now when I go on there, it's even more. So I'm like, yeah, people really wondering what the fuck happened to us, and really like treating it like, and I'm gonna say one more thing. 3-2, like before 3-2 and AWOL passed, a lot of people thought I was dead, because there was a promoter in Houston named DA that got killed. And a lot of people thought DA was that promoter was part of the group. So a lot of people think that all three of us is gone.
Wow.
So me being on here and being on other podcasts and whatnot, it's like, wait, that nigga's alive?
And I'm glad you speaking out. I'm not no groupie ass nigga or no follower. But I always try to encourage you to.
Yeah.
I always wanted to encourage you. Hey man, get out there more. And you always would tell me stuff like, man, there's so much other stuff going on, and I just would leave it alone. So when I seen you on down in Houston, I say, man, look, my nigga, he's speaking, and I got your number from, you know what I'm saying, some people. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna have my nigga on. You know what I mean? And we did what we had to do. But you wind up working with Young Pimp and Triller Trey, right?
Yeah, actually, my cousin Rhonda. At first, it was Trey, my nephew Trey. She convinced me. She's like, Trey want to rap and this, that, and the other. He didn't really know how to rhyme, none of that. So literally, I was the brains behind the whole thing. I wrote all the lyrics from a 12 and 13-year-old standpoint, which is not hard. I mean, every last one of us were boys at one time. So I wrote all their lyrics. I produced all their music. I did all their graphics. But in the end, it fell flat because, I mean, I love my cousin, but, you know, certain things you got to understand. It's like if you're a mechanic and I'm not a mechanic, but I just know how to drive, okay, I'm finna let you lead me. You're the mechanic. You understand what to do. I'm just the driver. So I should have been the one driving, but instead I was put in the back and she wanted to do the front, which that, you know, that's a crash and burn. That's called hustling backwards. You got to let you don't kill the golden goose. You got to let the golden goose guide you, because without the golden goose, you ain't got shit.
Hey,
so,
Scott Eric, appreciate you. Hey, now you know damn well you just spoke on that girl. You know your cousin.
Hey, I'm just being truthful. You know,
she gonna be like, nigga. She gonna be like, nigga, let me get on there and say my shit.
I love her. I respect her. She's my cousin, but I'm real is real. I ain't got no reason to lie about nothing. I feel like if I would have had control on them boys, they would still be doing something right now. I don't know everything, but goddamn it, I got a name. Let me put my name out there. DA of the Black Monks presents UG Kids.
It's all gonna come back together. So you produced which records for Underground Kids?
Well, they didn't have no full records. I just produced tracks for them. I mean, they had I was just experimenting. You know, they had a few tracks. Shit was so long ago, man. This was like years ago, so I don't even remember the names of them. It was one called Sugar Crash, because I was writing from a standpoint of a little kid eating too much.
Did you make $1?
Yeah, I made $1. I sampled Roger and Zapp, and it was some other songs. So
what about that one? They got some singing on the hook. That bitch jamming. I think it's called All Right.
You talking about Already?
One. Huh?
You talking about Already?
How it go?
Well, there wasn't no singing. It's just I just had Trey. I had Trey and Corey singing something like, it was like da 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 already da 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 da.
Not that one. Not that one. It's called All Right. Got some singing on it. It's a bad motherfucker. But long story short, even though $1 was $1, that bitch was catchy.
Yeah.
Everybody who heard it, they would start singing it.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing with me. I can write a hook. Because I understand song structure. I understand song structure. I understand hooks. There's one thing Michael Jackson said: if you can get a 3-year-old to memorize it, you good.
Okay.
So I take from that formula. You know, you make a simple hook, and people can hear it over and over and over and over. They gonna get it. You know.
Okay.
So I know what I'm doing.
So, what are you currently working on?
Well, right now I'm working on some music for me and Mitch. Since Mitch is the original member of Underground Kings, UGK, he came up with the name. He helped pimp with the concept and his name and all that, but Mitch has never been really out there like I've been. And then me being the last of the monks, with respect to my other two colleagues, Storm and Raheem the Vigilante, I'm the last one. So his idea, he said, man, let's just do something together. I say, shit, what we gonna call ourselves? He's like, the King and the Monk. I say, shit, you know what? All right. And then I say, you know what? I'm gonna do a logo for us, K&M. Yeah, okay, we with it. So we pretty much we bounce off of each other, and we pretty much agree on a lot of stuff because we both of us being MCs. So that's what I'm working on right now. you know, just coming up with some really good songs that, you know, once they put out there, the people will be like, you know, that's some jamming shit, and it's not outdated. The fucked up stigma right now is, you know, right now you got this goofy shit that's passing for hip hop, which is not fucking hip hop. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't give a fuck. Call it fuck boy music for all I care. That shit is not hip hop. Okay. But and thank God I'm meeting a lot of millennials between. I'm getting off the subject, but I'm gonna go back. I meet a lot of millennials between 15 to 25 to 30 who hate that shit. I meet some very, very talented MCs, young MCs that can really go, very talented music producers that can really go, but they ain't getting the damn, they're not getting the promotion or the recognition they need, because all motherfuckers want to hear is, I went to the store and I got me a soda and now I'm back home again.
Yeah, at least you could do it.
It's like, you know, so I tell some of these cats, I say, man, and the ladies too, the little ladies, I say, hey, keep doing what you're doing. Keep rhyming the way you rhyming. Keep producing the way you producing. Y'all are MCs and music producers. Y'all ain't rappers and beat makers. These rappers and beat makers, that shit's gonna crash and burn eventually. Trust me. So, but I got completely off subject. But I say that to say, yeah, the what we're doing is not anything outdated or nothing like that. When people hear it, they're gonna be like, wow, okay, these two old brothers, they on point with everything today, and it's jamming, and it don't sound like no 1990 shit. You know, my mind, even just the Black Monks, you know, with the group, we was way ahead of our time. So I'm ahead of my time right now. So So no music I do is you know, you're not gonna expect what you hear from me and Mitch. We got regular shit, but then we got other shit too that nobody's ever done. So when the time is right and we got the finances and everything else, I'm putting that shit out. And but this time I need a team. I'm trying to put together a team because, you know, we can't do it just me and him by ourselves. So, and that's the hardest thing, because when people see greatness, they hate on it. They really, really hate on it. And I had to learn that. It's like I would get on motherfuckers' mixtapes and they songs and they albums, and all of a sudden I don't hear my voice on there no more. And this has been all through the last few decades. Like, what the hell? What happened to my voice? And sure as shit, I have somebody come back to me and say, man, them niggas say your verse was too good. They had to take it off of there. My verse was too good. I'm thinking them niggas' verse is better than mine. I'm trying to do my thing. How the fuck my verse is too good? But I've been told that. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. So
that's what's up. Hey, you got any shout outs you want to give?
Shit. Man, I don't know. At the moment, no, I don't. I mean, I got a lot of, you know, I got friends out there, but not anybody like really like in the industry or whatnot that's really expecting me. Because a lot of people think that, okay, well, yeah, DA stopped doing what he doing. He ain't doing no more. So all I can say is look for me and Big Mitch later on. I don't know when that is, but you know,
shout out Big Mitch.
You know, yeah, shout out Big Mitch.
DJ Bird.
Oh yeah, definitely. Shout out Big Mitch. Shout out DJ Bird. Shout out to Bun B. You know, R.I.P. MC. R.I.P. Bushwick Bill. You know, R.I.P. AWOL.
Me too.
Yeah, oh, definitely. The Buddha Baby, Wicked Buddha Baby, the governor.
Hey man, I appreciate you, brother, and I expect to hear y'all new stuff, man. And
yeah,
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Word.
I'm always open, my nigga.
All right, man. I appreciate you letting me get on the cast. And
shit, letting you
put 2 cents in.
Nigga, I wanted you and needed you.
Man, I appreciate it, man.
You're a very humble brother, but you're bigger than what you know.
Well,
your legend, everything you've done, your previous work, and what you're gonna do. You're not no little bitty nigga, man.
When I guess it ain't hit me yet. When I'm chilling in Japan, when me and Miss chilling in Japan, and I can do something from Japan, then I'll be like, yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
It can happen. Get your hustle on. That it can happen. Just get your hustle on, and we're gonna stay in touch, my nigga.
Most deaf.
Okay, stay up. Appreciate you, man.
All right, peace.
All right, brother.
All right.
Yeah, man. DA from the Black Monks. I told y'all. You know what I mean? Hey, man, I appreciate y'all coming through. Let me recognize some of these names. Hey, man, when we holding these interviews and whatnot, we ain't trying to disinfect the guests and be shouting out no name, but we can do that now. We got Planet Comac off in this thing. Comac said he sure raised me too, and he way out of Memphis, California, all over the place. We got Jesus Trevino that was off in this thing. Deb's Head, you know what I'm talking about? Zay Sanchez, DJ Big Red 210. You know what I'm talking about? Who else was off in this thing, man? I'm trying to scroll on through, man. Okay. Yeah. Phone check came through this thing. Know what I'm saying? Scott Eric came through this thing, blamming with that 1999. You know, Zay was all up and through that thing, and Orange Smith was all up and through that thing. Then we got Hero Flicks TV. Let me see. He getting hundreds of thousands of views on each video. That's what I'm trying to explain to him. He got paper to go pick up. Like, with that type of shit going on, there's paper to go pick up. You just got to get your hustle on. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Who else was off in this thing? He got plenty of views. Big Jonathan Candler was in here. He say R.I.P. to my homie, man, Big J Will, man. Straight business. And he also say R.I.P. to Superb Herb, Big Herb K. Straight business. John Lewis. Let me see. Is Kite the same person that was mentioned on a Too Much Trouble album, or am I confused? They said Extra Kite or something like that. Kite was the dude on Short Texas. Blue Light. Kite was Blue Light on Short Texas. Kite was one of the up and coming niggas that everybody was finna hear about, but hopefully one day he come and tell his story. Only he can tell his story like he tell his story. He was my nigga from the streets. I ain't really fuck with him too much on music. He was doing music with Pimp. You know what I mean? But he welcome to come tell his story whenever he come. I knew the nigga from the streets. He was a good nigga, man, street nigga. James Wilson, what it is. Yeah. Who else we had off in this thing? Man, Big Willis Mayo came through this thing, man. Let me see. You made your money from live performances. Yeah. Okay, boom. That's what it is, Big Willis Mayo. Who else was off in this thing? I'm trying to show some love before we wrap this thing up, man. This was a real dope, in-depth interview, and I'm glad we got to do it. Yeah, he got the gift. Okay, I know what he's talking about. He's talking about that foresight. See, I wasn't too, you know what I'm saying, thrown back when he was talking about that foresight, because I could just say, you know, I know what he was talking about. Yeah, who that is? John Lewis. Yeah. Who else? Oh man, the kinfolk was in here. Big Daryl Martin, Crumb's cousin. Know what I'm saying? What up, Dave? Yeah, Big Hood, Daryl Martin. John Lewis, yeah, Bushwick Bill, R.I.P. Bushwick Bill, know what I'm talking about? Who else came through this thing, man? I'm trying to show everybody a little bit. Cornelius Mathis, Big Double O came through this thing. Big Marquise Payne was off in this thing early in the game. Taylor Ray was off in this thing early in the game. Brandon Tillery was off in this thing early in the game. Who else, man? Brandon Tillery was super that big $10. Taylor Ray came with that big $4.99. Jesus Trevino came with that big $4.99, and we was in this thing going hammer. All I can tell y'all is, y'all stay tuned. Y'all keep liking, subscribing, and commenting. Go to that trillgear.biz and pick up the new Trill hats. Go to that Bandcamp, man. Go get that new record. Say, man, only way we're going to get our just do is we put our grind down and get our hustle on. I ain't taking no for an ounce. I'm coming for everything I want and I desire. Shit, nigga. I'm revitalized, nigga. I'm re-energized, nigga. I like it and I want it and I want some more of it. You know what I'm talking about? I like it and I love it and I want some more of it. I'm your boy, Hezeleo. This is the Trill Cast. Long live the pimp and Mama West. Free young pimp We on the final countdown. You know what I'm talking about? Pretty soon that young nigga gonna bust out this bitch and we gonna see what it do. Everything gonna come back around. Y'all stay up, y'all stay safe, take care of yourself. And until next time, man, we trill casting and lasting, baby. Yeah, yo.